Hello and welcome to Mid-Island Custom Diecast. My name is Evan, and in this video we're doing the Hot Wheels 32 Ford delivery for the Three Blind Mice Invitational for the month of March. Remember, if you like what you see, to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications of future videos. And here is the casting we're going to be working with today. It's the 1989 Blackwall, the first edition of the 32 Ford delivery, designed by Larry Wood, and still in production today. So let's crack it open and get to it. So I've already gone ahead and pre-drilled the posts. Here are the pieces. This is the grille and headlight assembly. It just kind of slips in the front and it's held in place by the interior. This is the interior piece, plastic with the fenders attached. And there's the Blackwall rims and tires. Those will go in the parts bin. And the base, which is all metal. A little bit bent, so we bend it back into place, and nothing much to that. And here is the body, yellow with the red and orange stripes. Pop the windshield out, not much to it. There's a little tab at the back that holds it into the back window, quote unquote, and the front windshield. So let's get it into the stripper. Here it is out of the stripper. Better luck with my stripper than most of the guys around YouTube I've seen do this build already. But we'll take the brass wheel to it. It wasn't so bad. I didn't think we needed the stainless steel wire wheel. And I'm not really sure. I use this steel wheel a lot and I don't seem to do any damage to the castings. But this one's a lot gentler and it did the trick for me in this case. So while we're getting the paint out of the little cracks and crevices, I am noticing that there are a ton of terrible casting lines on the back end of this thing, and you can see all the paint. All the paint was still on the inside. We will switch to the little pointy wheel attachment for the Dremel, get all that paint out of the inside. I know I see a lot of people on YouTube not taking the paint off the inside of the castings. I like a nice clean casting if I'm doing a color change. So that's why we do it. That's why I do it my way anyway. Like I mentioned, here I'll just point out the casting lines across the top of the back end there, down the sides at the back, along the sides of the roof, or a little bit, and then down the A-pillars as well. So we'll start off with the round file and just work it. A tough place because of the raised panel on the back door there. So you see I put my thumb on the panel line just so the file doesn't slip down. Anyway, I think it worked. I didn't take the door edge off, so that's good. Worked at this for a long time, and we won't bore you with the entire filing, and it is sped up, but I'll show you a couple of things when you're working really close to raised panel lines and you don't want to take them off. I find it good to switch to a file with more of a defined edge. Here is one of those. It's sort of a semi-round, semi-flat one, and has a bit more of an edge just so when you bump up against the raised panel it doesn't slip over it and take it off. Here's a triangular file, same idea. It won't go past that edge and it really sort of sharpens that edge when you're filing at it. Anyway, we'll get this all cleaned up and sanded down a bit, and we'll get it off to paint. So we're going to be using the Tamiya Fine Surface Primer in light gray, and I'm going to try and coat the inside and outside. I think I did 2 coats of this, and threw it in the toaster oven and baked it for a while. And here we are. I've got a light with a magnifying glass on it that I use at the booth just to check, make sure coverage, and make sure I don't have any fluff balls in it or whatever. So there's the body done, and the yellow interior and fenders get the same primer. This one definitely got 2 or 3 coats to cover that yellow. I didn't want to go with I wanted to go with a light color, and I didn't want to go with a dark primer in this case. And I really love this fine surface primer. So while those things are drying, we'll go ahead and fit the wheels. Oh, not yet. We'll do we'll polish the base first. I just got this Flitz in the mail using Paul's discount over at Diecast Graveyard. And we're just going to give this a good once over. Here I am using a cotton buffing wheel instead of the felt. I feel that it gets in to tighter spaces and does a better job buffing out the base, not just the raised bits, versus a felt buffing wheel. But to each their own. You can see the little fibers go flying everywhere. So make sure that you don't have any fresh paint jobs next to your bench, on your bench next to you when you're doing this. So we've given it a good buff with the wheel, and we'll wipe off the excess with a towel a little bit here. Try to get into those little nooks and crannies everywhere. And after the towel, we will move over to the warm soapy water and give it a quick bath. Just to get any more residue off it. I don't have any Renaissance wax, but I do have some in the mail, and so we'll start protecting the bases that I don't paint with that in the future. So with it all polished up, before I go too crazy, I went and fitted these axle tubes and grooved them out. If you want to see how to do that, Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop is sort of the guru I follow on the method I use here. So we're just fitting these, I think they're 5-spoke mags from another Hot Wheels premium casting of some kind. I think it was a Fast and the Furious car of some kind, I'm not sure. There we go. And so we got the back on, we'll fit the fronts as well. Here we are. Make sure they're all spinning freely before letting the glue set. There we are. Set that aside and grab the other pieces out of the toaster oven. And we're going to be using this new color I got, blue-green from Vallejo, in the airbrush, which I am really trying to use more, but had all kinds of problems on this build with my airbrush, getting clogged up and having to clean it out multiple times in between coats, and dried, and then I had to clean it, and it was just a nightmare. And hopefully the paint job came out pretty good. I put a lot of coats on and a lot of clear. So like I said, hopefully you don't notice that too bad in the final result, but I think it came out pretty good anyway. Not a lot of details because I was late with this build, but we got it done anyway. So now we got the first coat of blue-green on the body. Same thing here with the fenders and the interior. You'll notice at the end that I didn't paint the interior a different color either, because I ran out of time and ran out of interest in this casting anymore. I do have I'm working on the Porsche for Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeover's build next week. Working on my skid build and all these other things in my life, and you only do so many things at once. Anyway, I'm not going to show you any of the clear coat, but here are there's the blue coats, and we'll go to a little reminder of what we started with. Yellow, first edition 32 Ford delivery. And before we see where we ended up, just a reminder of what I mentioned a second ago with Andrew from Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. Be sure to go over and check out his page, and I'm sure we will see a lot of cool Porsches coming up next week. And here's where we ended up with. Clear coat came out pretty nice. Wheels look great. Really happy with how this actually turned out. In the end, up close the paint doesn't look as good as on this video, but please do let me know how you think it turned out in the comments. Please do remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and all those other good things. And we'll see you on the next one.